The Eastern Martindale Fells are a group of hills in the far northeast of the English Lake District National Park. The hills may be accessed from a multitude of starting points, from Bampton in the east, Pooley Bridge to the north, or from Howtown on the banks of Ullswater. My walk starts at the foot of Hallin Fell by St. Peter's Church in Martindale, first heading eastwards to Bonscale Pike and Arthur's Pike, and then joining the old Roman road of High Street and striking southwards along it in search of 8 other fells. Bonscale Pike. First one of the day. And the first of 10. I'm shattered after that. But here we are. This is it. Bonscale Pike. The first fell of the day. And all about me here are the Eastern Martindale Fells. So, the last time I did these here fells, the Eastern Martindale Fells, was a couple of years ago, and I did them over 2 separate walks, not the one. This is the first time I've done them all in one go, and it's quite a big walk. It's about 15 miles, I believe. So it's going to be a long day, but I'm just looking at the path down there that I took when I did this group of 5 fells last time. And that path down there that runs alongside Ullswater is one of the best paths in the whole length. It's absolutely magnificent. So it's a shame I'm not doing it today, but I'll do it again. In a couple of years, I'll do it again. And now I need to head off to Arthur's Pike. which is over there. Okay, which way do I go? Path up there. Go off piste a touch. So aside from the wonderful views, I think the most interesting facet of this walk today is that some of it is walking along the old Roman road of High Street. So maybe for a mile or two I'll be plodding my way across that like an old centurion. Well, probably an auxiliary, but we won't quibble over such things. After we've been on Arthur's Pike, we'll get onto it and then head over towards the bigger fells of the day. I think High Raise, Kidsty Pike, get the words out. Rampsgill Head, I think. Yeah, the Nab. Okay, need to be careful on this. This is quite slippy terrain. It's very slippy, actually. Okay, not too bad. Fantastic view. All's water never disappoints. It's a fabulous lake. Maybe the most interesting lake in the Lake District. I just like the shape of it. And it's big, you know, it's the second biggest. I like all the corners and the curves and the turns. You know, kind of, yeah, I think Ullswater is the most Italianate of the lakes in the Lake District. Although, you know, I think Derwentwater has got quite an Italian feel to it as well. When you're standing in Oak Park and you're looking out onto Derwentwater from the park with the boats. It's kind of Italian as well. So, number 2, Arthur's Pike. Voila. I won't get too close to it. Okay. Next. Okay, so that was Arthur's Pike, and I am now looking for High Street, the old Roman road, and this is not it. Although it does look like a road of sorts, but it's not the one I'm looking for.
I'm walking across some pretty tough terrain looking for this Roman road, but I have got eyes on it now. I can see it quite clearly. It's coming up. Look there, it goes straight across there. Doesn't look like much of a Roman road, does it? But there has been nearly 2,000 years of erosion, and more than erosion actually, some slippage. You know, the land has slipped quite a bit in some places, so you know the road just is not there anymore in parts. But that is it, and yeah, I mean it's still quite clear actually. So it goes all the way down there, all the way up here. And they are cart tracks, or men walking two abreast, perhaps. So let's get going along the old Roman road, High Street. So, this road was to link the fort back there at Penrith with the fort at Ambleside, going over the tops of the fells, so as not to risk getting ambushed like the Roman legions in the Teutoburg forest. The Romans didn't want to risk that happening again, so you can't get ambushed from up high. Very difficult anyway.
In Germania, in the year 9 AD, in the depths of the Teutoburg forest, 3 Roman legions, more than 15,000 troops, were ambushed by thousands of Germanic tradespeople, whilst the Roman legions were trapped in single file and unable to establish traditional battle lines in the marshy forested paths and treacherous terrain of the valley floors. The Roman legions were utterly destroyed over the course of 3 days. An embarrassment the Romans held in infamy and bitter memory for centuries to come. The massacre brought about the end of Roman expansion east of the Rhine. When the legions continued to expand their dominance in other regions, they would avoid the forested valley pathways and roadways and take to the hilltops.
So, we will leave the Roman road for a little bit. It actually goes there, it actually curves round the outside of the fell. But, not us, we're going to go up here. So they wanted to go slightly around it because they didn't fancy going up that. Perfect sense. So we will rejoin the Roman road again in about 20 minutes. Loadpot Hill. Can I touch it? No. Oh. Wow. This is tough. This is what happens when you only hike once a month. You just lose so much of your fitness. Woo! But it is a mighty fine trig point on the top of Loadpot Hill, that is for sure. I don't really see any point in hanging around, so that was number 3 anyway, I think. Was it 3? Yeah, 3rd of the day. So I came from down there up to here, and now it's that way. So, back on the Roman road now. There's not much evidence of it around here, but it's here, it's under my feet, along with a lot of bogginess. I'm just loving this view to my right here of Helvellyn, the Helvellyn Massif, and Kidsty Pike and co. Strange seeing all these fells, these fell tops, knowing that you've walked on all of them, you've done them all, practically. There's a few I haven't done, non-Wainwrights, Burkitts and things like that. But you can't do every single little one. Weather Hill, 4th of the day, number 4, 4 of 10. Okay, so High Street carries on down in this way now, it goes up there and aims for that's High Raise there, I think, up there. So let's carry on in that direction. So basically nearly halfway, so that gives me some comfort, not southern comfort, but some comfort at least. Continue down the Roman road. So over there is the Nab, which I will be coming down later. Quite a miserable descent coming off the Nab. It's quite steep. boggy now, and I'm sure it always was. Well, of course it was. But, you know, this road, the Romans must have been constantly maintaining it. Otherwise it just wouldn't have been fit for purpose. You know? And those troops pushing forward from Hadrian's Wall, or to Hadrian's Wall, needed their grain so they could make their bread. So this road was very, very important. Very important. Still is. It still is. If you're an avid hiker or a Wainwright bagger. Wainwright even. Not Wainwood. I mean, I'm not getting my words out properly today because, again, I didn't go to bed last night. So, I am struggling to string a sentence together properly. Cloud coming in, covering the tops over there, Fairfield, as usual. I mean, Fairfield's always in cloud when I'm around it anyway. Yeah. Much darker than it was. Phew. Oh, yeah. This is high raise, the 5th of the day. I'm going to get in this storm shelter, have a proper break and have a biscuit. So that was high raise. And now it's up to Kidsty Pike, which is straight ahead over there with the sun shining on it. And then it's Rampsgill Head over there to the right, I think. I don't know what's going on with the weather. It's supposed to be 20 degrees. It's supposed to be 20 degrees today. But no, it's cold. It's winter. So the Roman road veers up to the right, as you can see there. But I'm going left, unfortunately. Well, I'll say unfortunately. I'm going left up to Kidsty Pike. But I will rejoin the Roman road briefly, one last time, after Kidsty Pike. So, won't be for long. You can see the scar, the deep trench that it's made. Incredible. So, it's August, Sunday, peak season, so all the holiday makers are coming out of the woodwork now. It's 11 o'clock, so it's quite busy. I don't think I'll get Kidsty Pike to myself, but I'll try. So that was Kidsty Pike, but it was just too busy. It's about 10 people up there, so there wasn't much point in hanging around. Rampsgill Head, straight ahead. So that's Rampsgill Head. I think the 7th of the day. Yeah. So, just 3 more to do. So this is the kind of last little stretch of Roman road that I'm going to be on today, at least. In about 5 minutes I'm going to swing a right and head off to Knott. Kidsty Pike in clear view now. With Horsewater Reservoir down there, looking depleted. So that right there, that big fell in front, is actually High Street the Fell. With the Roman road clearly going up the side of it, you can see it's the one on the right. So the one on this side going up that way. I actually think one of the tracks is kind of, the one on the far right is the actual road, I believe. So the road on the far right, yeah, that is the Roman road. Very clear. But you can see it's become partly abandoned near the top. And I believe that is because there was a bit of a slippage in the fell. The fell has slipped a bit. So the road has kind of gone over the edge a touch. And the path, the walking path, has kind of become more central to the fell. But you can still clearly see it. Yeah, and it was a proper road. You can see it's like carved out of the hill. Amazing. But that's enough Roman roads for today. It's time to get to Knott. So that's Knott. Eighth of the day, number 8. So these last two now are a bit of a pain. So they're not easy, put it that way. So, but they've got to be done. So the last two, Rest Dodd and the Nav. Don't have a moment to lose. And I am done, I'm already done. I just want to kind of get these last two out of the way, get back to the car. Something curtains. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Rest Dodd. Number 9 of 10. Yeah. Oh. Fuck. Okay, well, I mean, that's the worst of it over. There's the assault course of bog and soil erosion maze, obstacle course type thing to get to the Nav. But it should be alright. Ah, nearly done. Farewell, Rest Dodd. I'd like to have a rest for 5 minutes, but I'll rest whilst I'm walking. I'll walk slow. I'll dodder. I'll try and form a sentence before this day's out if it kills me. And there it is. The dead marshes. I am so knackered now. So, hiking when you've not slept is rubbish. And yet I've done it so many times. It's not fun anymore. You know, you skip sleep because you're attempting to get to the Lake District early. Takes an hour or 2 hours depending on which part of the lakes I'm going to. I like to get early in the summer, get most of the hike out of the way by like dinner time, like now. But it's getting harder. Just don't have the same energy levels for it. I think also when you do Wainwrights for the first time, there's a certain amount of adrenaline going on. You know, there's an excitement, there's an adventure to it. You know, when you're doing them for the second or third or fourth, it's not quite the same. Oh, this is quite steep. I forgot how steep it was getting off here. Ugh. Miserable. Miserable. I'll be over soon. Pardon me, rest done. Where I didn't have a rest. And I'm not regretting it. Just this last bit to do now. Oh, just got to get through this bog. If I get through this bog, I've heard there's prize money available. Apparently. I remember the last time I did this boggy section, it was kind of ups and downs and ups and downs, you know, jumping down into pits of despair and then trying to clamber out of them without sinking. Here we go, here we are. It's a lot drier than last time, I think. He says that now, obviously. Okay. Survey. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. Down here. Yeah, it's a lot drier than last time. Infinitely drier. Yeah, this is. I might get through this. Interesting landscape. This looks a little bit more challenging. Okay, can I get across this? Try. Don't speak too soon. Still got a long way to go. I mean, the temperature has finally arrived. I believe the 20 degrees that I was promised in the weather forecast has arrived. Finally. Okay. Oh. So I made it across. Oh. Yeah, it was pretty dry actually. There were some dodgy bits, but it was infinitely easier than the last time I did it. The nab. Finally, number 10. There it is. And it's pretty much done. So I started down there, came up onto here, did a couple of fells over there, and I've come across all of this, and I've gone back there a little bit to Kidsty Pike, and I've come back to Knott, and I've come down here, West Dodd, and then down, and here. And now I've just got to get back down there. And that's what 15 miles looks like. Although I haven't done 15 miles yet, I still have about 3 miles back to the car. A long drag back to the car park. It's going to be 5 minutes later. Right, I've got to find this back entrance to the nab, the secondary path. See if I can locate it. So that lodge over there, that hunting lodge, if my memory serves me correctly, was built especially for the visit in 1912 of the German Kaiser Wilhelm II, the German Emperor. I believe it was built especially for him in his visit to the area. I don't think he actually stayed there, I just think it was used as a place to keep all the guns and to store the game. Like shooting game, the old Kaiser. Small game, large game, you name it. He shot it. Yeah, my memory's not... You can find it, I'm sure. It's called, unimaginatively, it's called The Bungalow. So, that's what it's called. The Bungalow, Martindale. So, I'm back on the road. I've only got about a mile back to the car now, which means there's going to be a fade to black very soon.